Hi, my name is Lianne. I'm a Dutch female artist and I absolutely love drawing with Ohuhu Markers. Join me in a 6-part series of drawing tutorials. This is part 3 of 6 and I'm going to make an illustration of a toucan and talk about all the techniques I'm using. As you can see, I'm going to make the illustration with Ohuhu Markers from the Honolulu series. These markers have a chisel nib and a brush nib, which allows me to color big surfaces with ease, while also being able to achieve lots of detail. I've already made a sketch and I've picked some colors. If you don't have the exact same colors, you can also use different ones. Well, let's reveal the sketch, grab your markers and let's start with the fun part. First, I start drawing the beak. I use red as a base color for the tip of the beak and then add some shadows with purple. I keep alternating between these colors to create a smooth blend. Next, I'm going to add orange in the tip of the beak and in the middle. Also, by touching the orange point against the red, you can create a mid-tone which helps to create soft transitions between both. In the bottom part of the beak will be a touch of blue. First I'm using light blue as a base color and then switch back to the brighter blue to create more contrast. To fill in the rest of the bottom part, I use light green as a base color and then I try to make shadows with darker green. Also, I'm creating a mid-tone by touching both points together. In the rest of the beak, I start with light green as a base coat, then I use yellow to brighten up the upper part, and after that I'm using the same technique as with the green part at the bottom of the beak to create more contrast. Let's add some details with green, brown and light blue. Also with the chisel nib I try to create a fine line in between both parts of the beak. To fill in the white space around the eye, I use yellow as a base coat and try to create soft lines and keeping some white parts in between the lines. Next I use the same technique with light green and trying to add some shadows. And by using this technique I try to create a texture of soft feathers. I use light blue to create another green color to give the drawing more contrast. I keep alternating between the previous colors to create the texture I'm happy with. To draw the dark plumage, I want to create a warm undertone as a base layer. First I use purple as a base coat and next I use dark grey to make shadows and create more contrast. Now I'm going to draw the red parts of the bird, and before drawing the rest of the bird I first make highlights with light grey before trying to create the dark plumage just like the head. To give the grey tone a little bit more contrast, I'll go over it with light blue so the highlights will stand out even more. Now it's time to create the rest of the dark plumage. Again, I'm going to build up warm tones to create a nice and soft transition between all the colors. I'm going to use the same technique as with the dark parts on the head, a base coat with purple, shadows with dark grey and highlights with light grey. So sit back and relax and enjoy watching the coloring process. darken the shadows even more, I'm going to use black in some parts of the plumage. I also want to give the red part behind the branch darker shadows. By touching the red point against the purple, you can create a mid-tone to make a beautiful color for the shadows. Light blue and dark blue are used to color the bird feet. And next I'm drawing the tail feathers. I use red and purple as a base coat and dark blue, dark grey and black for the shadow parts. I keep alternating these colors to create a smooth blend. Let's draw the branch. I use all sorts of green and brown to create a natural earthy look. I love to freestyle and draw the strokes wherever I like them. I keep in mind that the bottom parts of the branch needs to be darker because of the shadow parts. To finish the drawing, I try to create extra highlights with a white gel pen, and then the drawing is done. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to follow Ohuhu and Van Leon on social media. Bye bye!